Okay, let's dive into a really specific um, and quite detailed chapter today.
Hmm.
Numbers chapter 7.
Ah, yes. Number 7. It's fascinating because it picks up right at that moment, just after the tabernacle is completely set up.
Exactly. Everything's been anointed, consecrated the tent, the altar, all the bits and pieces.
Right.
It's ready.
And the focus immediately shifts, doesn't it? From the how-to of building it to the actual dedication, the offerings.
It really shows how important that step was.
Yeah.
So Moses finishes the job,
Sets everything up, makes it holy.
and then boom, the leaders of Israel step up.
Yeah, the heads of the families, the tribal chiefs, they come forward right away with these initial gifts, right there, before the tabernacle.
And these first gifts, they weren't for the altar itself, were they? More like practical items.
That's right, very practical. We're talking 6 covered carts and 12 oxen. Think logistics, transport.
Okay, so 1 ox per leader, since there were 12 leaders, and then 1 cart shared between 2 leaders.
Yeah.
Got it. 6 carts, 12 oxen.
And the text is clear. The Lord tells Moses, basically, accept these. They're for the work, for the Levites.
Right, distribute them to the Levites based on the jobs they had to do at the tent of meeting.
Precisely. So
Yeah.
Moses does exactly that. He takes the carts and oxen.
And starts handing them out. How did that break down?
Well, 2 carts and 4 oxen went to the Gershonites.
Okay, the Gershonites. Their job was carrying the lighter stuff, right?
Yeah.
The curtains, hangings,
Yeah, the fabrics, the coverings. So 2 carts make sense.
and the others.
Then the Merarites, they got more 4 carts and 8 oxen.
Because they had the heavy lifting.
Exactly. The frames, the posts, the bases, the structure, they needed more transport capacity.
Makes sense. And both groups were under Ithamar, Aaron's son.
Correct. He was overseeing their work.
But then there's this really pointed detail. One group gets nothing.
Yes. The Kohathites. Moses gives them no carts, no oxen.
Why not? What was different about their role?
Ah, well, this tells you something immediately about what they carried. The text emphasizes it. They were responsible for the holy things.
The really sacred object.
The most sacred. The ark itself, the incense altar, the lampstand, the table, and the crucial part. They had to carry these things on their shoulders.
Wow. Okay, so no carts allowed for the holiest items. It had to be direct, personal, physical carrying.
It signifies a different level of reverence, maybe even, the weight of responsibility, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
No outsourcing that job to an ox cart.
That's a powerful distinction. So once those practical gifts are sorted,
Then the main event of the chapter begins.
yeah,
The dedication of the altar itself. It's just been anointed, made holy.
and now the leaders come back, but this time with offerings for the altar.
Right. And this is where number 7 gets that famous structure. The Lord tells Moses, okay, it's going to be 1 leader per tribe per day for 12 days straight.
12 days of offerings. And the really striking thing, the thing that jumps out when you read it, is the repetition.
Oh, absolutely. It's the key feature. Every single leader from day 1 to day 12 brings the exact same offering. Identical.
Down to the last shekel weight. It's not about tribal distinctiveness here.
No, it's about complete unity, collective participation, uniform dedication. The repetition really hammers that home.
It really does. So let's unpack that standard offering. What exactly did each leader bring forward on their designated day?
Okay, so picture this procession happening 12 times. Each leader brings first these valuable metal items, 1 big silver plate.
And the text gives the weight.
Yep, 130 shekels. And it specifies, according to the sanctuary shekel, that official standard weight.
Right, holy standard.
And this plate is filled with fine flour mixed with oil. That's a grain offering.
Okay, 1 silver plate.
Then also 1 silver sprinkling bowl, smaller, this one's 70 shekels, sanctuary weight again, also filled with that fine flour and oil mixture for a grain offering.
So 2 silver items, both with grain offerings.
And then 1 gold item. A small gold dish, just 10 shekels weight, but gold, and this one is filled with incense.
Okay, silver plate, silver bowl, gold dish, significant value right there. Then come the animals.
Yes, the sacrifices. For the burnt offering, the one signifying total dedication, all consumed on the altar, each leader brought 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb, a year-old.
Bull, ram, lamb, got it.
Then, for the sin offering, for atonement, 1 male goat.
Okay.
And finally, the fellowship offering. This was often shared, symbolizing communion. And it was a larger set of animals. 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, again, a year old.
Wow. 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 goats, 5 lambs. That's a A lot of animals for one offering from one leader on one day.
It really is substantial. And remember, this exact list: silver plate, silver bowl, gold dish, bull, ram, lamb, goat, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 goats, 5 lambs. This is presented day after day for 12 days.
And the chapter meticulously lists who brought it each day,
Hmm.
like Noshan from Judah on day 1.
Nethanel from Issachar, day 2. Eliab from Zebulun on day 3. It just keeps going, cycling through all 12 tribes. Same offering description, different leader's name each time.
That repetition, while maybe tedious to read quickly, really drives home the point you made about equal participation. Every single tribe is represented, contributing the exact same measure.
It's deliberate. It's making a statement about the unity of Israel in this foundational act. No tribe is more or less important in dedicating this central altar.
So when you add it all up, 12 days of these huge identical offerings. The grand total must be pretty immense. Does the text give us the final tally?
It does, thankfully. It summarizes it all at the end. For the silver, 12 plates times 130 shekels plus 12 bowls times 70 shekels.
Let's see, that's
A total of 2,400 shekels of silver, according to the sanctuary shekel, of course.
2,400 shekels of silver just in the vessels.
And the gold dishes, 12 of them at 10 shekels each. So that's 120 shekels of gold.
Still a significant amount of precious metal.
Yeah.
And the animals. That must be a huge number.
It is. The totals for the burnt offerings over the 12 days: 12 young bulls, 12 rams, 12 male lambs, a year old, plus their grain offerings.
Okay.
For the sin offerings, 12 male goats in total,
Right.
and the fellowship offerings, the big one. 24 oxen, 60 rams, 60 male goats, and 60 male lambs, a year old.
60 rams, 60 goats, 60 lambs, plus 24 oxen. That's an extraordinary outpouring from the community.
A massive investment, wealth, resources, life
Yeah.
itself, all directed towards this altar, this sacred center. The text emphasizes these were the dedication offerings after the altar was anointed, period.
And then the chapter ends with this incredibly powerful, almost quiet moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It connects all this human activity directly back to God.
Exactly. It shifts focus right at the end, after all this dedication is done.
It says Moses went into the tent of meeting to speak with the Lord.
Yes. And it tells us where he heard the voice, specifically from between the 2 cherubim,
Those angelic figures on the ark,
above the atonement cover, on the Ark of the Testimony,
Right.
right from the very heart of the most holy place.
the symbolic center of God's presence. And the text just says, and he spoke with him. Simple as that.
It's such a profound juxtaposition. You have this incredibly detailed, lengthy, almost overwhelming account of human action, setting up, offering, dedicating, all done with precision and unity.
And it culminates in this direct, unmediated communication. The voice of God speaking from the place they just dedicated.
It links the meticulous human effort directly to the divine presence it was all intended for. The structure, the offerings, they created the conditions, so to speak, for that interaction.
So recapping our dive into number 7, we saw those initial practical gifts, the carts and oxen, and that key detail about the Kohathites carrying the holy things themselves.
On their shoulders.
But the main focus, driven home by that relentless repetition, was the 12 days of identical, lavish offerings from each tribal leader to dedicate the altar.
A real picture of order, unity, and just incredible generosity from the whole community. The scale is just immense.
And for you listening, it all leads to that final image. The human effort of dedication flowing seamlessly into Moses, hearing the divine voice from the ark. It suggests this deep connection between how the sacred space is prepared and approached, and the potential for encountering God's presence there.
It definitely leaves you thinking, doesn't it? What does this level of detail, this insistence on uniformity, this sheer scale of offering, tell us about how they understood sacred space, community responsibility, and maybe what they felt was necessary to, well, to facilitate that connection with the divine? It's quite something to ponder.